example of why a chain too tight is a bad thing. This is going to fail its MOT unless I adjust this chain. As you can see here, it's quite slack. But there, did you see there? Watch how it just slack, tight, super tight, to the point where it's stopping the wheel from rotating. So it's slacking a lot. There, boom. So that chain has probably had its best days. And an indicator usually to tell how worn the chain is get the slack bit there. Obviously you can see how slack it is and how tight it is, so that's obvious, it needs to change the sprockets. But you should be able to pull the chain, you shouldn't be able to pull the chain away from the sprockets. If you can pull the chain away from the sprockets and see daylight, like you can on this one, then that is also an indicator that the chain sprockets need replacing. This gent just needs an MOT though, and he's going to get them replaced at a later date, so hopefully we're going to adjust that to the tight spot. Always adjust to the tight spot on the chain. And then we're going to assess it and see if it's good enough to pass with an advisory. In fact, I'm going to take the phone out of the cradle, my camera out of the cradle, just to show you. I just noticed a big error. This is the first thing to check when adjusting your chain. Make sure the adjusters, before you start, are level. Look at that. Untouched yet, well that's obviously not level, but that's not even touching the chain adjuster plate. So the wheel is all skew with as it is. So I'm going to tweak that up. Ooh, sorry about that. Tweak that up and see what she says. So we'll level it up first. So you saw that I sprayed some of the Bulldog BDX penetrant spray. It's always best to give the adjusters a bit of lube before you start playing around with them. A little bit of clean sometimes, you don't want any nasty stuff in the threads that stick in the swinging arm, because then that can cause so much trouble. Right, so first things first. Let's get some form of level. 35 millimeters, and this one is 28. So I think we'll go for 30 each side, and then we'll see where she lies. Well, I know that's the tightest spot on the chain, so we're going to adjust it up to this spot. Back to 31 and a half. Kilos, that's super slack already. Wind this side out to 31 and a half. What do you think we're going to get? I think it's going to be too bad. 31 and a half. Right, so now that's the tightest spot on the chain. That's actually alright. So we know that that's the tightest spot on the chain. So the chain tension is done to that spot, which is the 35mm-ish, 25 to 35. Ooh. What was that? The linkage was sticking as well there. So, blocking the camera. So we know that's tighter spot, so now that's adjusted. See now how the wheel rotates super easy, doesn't restrict itself, but yeah, that's well gone past its best. Unfortunately, that is a no-no. Too much chain slap. You could have it. It could. There's so many issues. It's really dangerous if your chain's either too tight or too slack. There's the tight spot. So finished doing the job. Regardless of the fact it needs chaining sprockets now. Now we've confirmed it, rather than just being a little tight spot needed adjusting. The confirmation is there. We knew anyway, but it's like set in stone now that does need chaining sprockets. That could have. There's a possibility that excessive wear has come from the chain being badly adjusted, as I showed you the chain adjusters. It's definitely sped up the process. Have a look at that linkage now. Now I've noticed that it was working alright when it was on the floor, but it seemed to move like it's sticking at the bottom. A few bounces, but there we go. So there's the chain adjustment. It's not solved the job on this one, but at least you've got an idea what to look for and how to do it, and definitely make sure your chain adjusters are level on both sides when you adjust the chain, when you start, when you finish. Always.